You want to know something really fun? Like really, really, really fun? Auctions. I just took part in an auction, not in real life, online. And it's pretty fun. Like, it's kind of like eBay style. It is eBay, essentially, but on a different website. But basically, like a restaurant in a city nearby closed down, and they hired this company to put everything online, and then they had an online auction where you could bid on things, and I won 7 things. Go me! But it's really fun because you're just like, all right, this is the value that I'm going with, and I want to go ahead and try and see if I can get the bargains. And how many bargains did I get? A lot. Like, not a lot of people turned out for this auction and didn't know the value of some of this stuff. I can tell you that much for sure. Did I get everything that I wanted? Absolutely not. But I got the majority of it. But it's just so fun because your blood starts getting pumping and you're just like, what are they going to do? Because I know what I'm going to do, but are you going to do what I'm going to do? Because if you bid, then I'm going to be bidding. But if you bid again, then I'm probably going to be pulling out, depending on what you bid. What are you going to bid? You just don't know what's going to happen next. And you're just like, I want that deal. I want it, but I don't want to overpay, but I want it. And then you got to start making those impulse decisions. You got to start thinking, okay, yes, I'm bidding now. Or do you hold off? Do you kind of like just say, nah, I don't need it that bad? And that is the hardest thing to do, is to basically be able to look deep inside yourself and say, that's too much. I don't really need it for that price. And I was able to control myself really, really well. I'm very proud of myself. Pat on the back. Because I was able to control myself super well. There are some times where I was like, I should hit the button again. And I didn't. And nobody else hit the button. So the price didn't increase at all, which made me mad every time because I was just like, is that the cutoff point? Is that where they would have stopped? But I don't need to know. All that I need to know for sure is that this is the Fat and Happy Show, everybody. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Fat and Happy Show. Come on in, take off your pants, and have yourself a bowl of cereal. Where today is a marvelous, magical Monday, isn't it? Yes, it is. But yeah, it is a wonderful day. I got my water on standby. And let me tell you really quick, Ice Mountain is like the cheapo stuff that I go for, but Amazon had a deal where I could get the expensive Voss water on sale. And the water's good, but the bottles are better. Because I down those things so easy because of the wide mouth on them. These little mouths, they don't get the job done for me. In all actuality, I will down probably 3 bottles of Voss to every one of these. And with keto, you need to get that water going through your system. And those bottles just don't cut it. Oh, and by the way, so for Big Fat Journey, I will go ahead and do my weight loss reveal here on Monday as well as in the Big Fat Journey. There's no way for me to record, do my weigh-in, and post all in the same day. So my weight loss for last week was 8 pounds. So we're up to a total of 27 pounds lost in 2 weeks. That is amazing. And absolutely am happy with where things are going and how they're going. But anyways, we need to get into those holidays of today where we have a couple food and kind of a weird one. Where we're going to go and start off with Chicken Fingers Day, okay? Chicken fingers, the beautiful things that go well with any dipping sauce. Ketchup, ranch, honey mustard, barbecue, you name it, I'll have them all. But not only that, it is also Creme Brulee Day. And believe me, I love creme brulee so much. Creme brulee, if you've never had it before, is a very creamy and rich custard with a nice sugar crunch on top because it's bruleed with a torch. And it's just absolutely amazing. And definitely not keto. It's also Bagpipe Appreciation Day, and just gonna put it out there, I like the bagpipes. A lot of people don't like the bagpipes. I say, what's wrong with you? It's a bag with pipes. What more could you want? And here's the weird one for today. It is take your houseplants for a walk day. Because, you know, sometimes the plants need to get out of the house. I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a Karen thing of where it's just like, oh, I'm going to take my plant for a walk. And then the neighbors are looking at her and just going, well, there goes Karen. There goes Karen with her damn fern again. Screw Karen and her house plant. Oh, I was going into that bad news of today where it's not even today. It happened this past weekend, unfortunately. Regis Philbin passed away at the age of 88. So he was old. He wasn't Betty White old, but he was old. And absolutely brilliant man. If you want to know, the main highlight that I had was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And you want to know who the true millionaire all along was? Him. I mean, do you know how much his net worth was? Because it was definitely over $1 million. And then in the good news of today, we have a Kickstarter. What's a Kickstarter? It's basically where you throw money at a project. And then once the project gets developed with your money, then they'll send you the product. AKA, we don't have enough money to make something. Can you loan it to us and then we'll give you the product after we get enough for manufacturing? And I do this a lot. I think I've backed over 200 projects, I'd say. I'm very, very adamant about backing projects. You save a lot of money with these guys, too. Like, they provide great products, cheap prices. What more can you want? But these guys are making a space-smelling perfume. What do I mean? What I mean is outer space has a smell, and they're making a perfume for it. And I'm absolutely excited to smell it. When can I expect to get this? That's a good question. Let me look that up. Looks like it's coming out October of this year is when it should be shipped out. And I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. They also have the moon, but I have to pay for that one as well. And I'm on a budget, so I can only do one. So I'm getting the outer space one because I like to know what outer space is more than the moon. So anybody that comes over to my house will know what space smells like at some point. I love the weird shit in life. And you know what else is weird? The dad joke of the day. Where this was provided by the vendor that I covered last week who donated one. So we're doing him again. He gave me this one and I found it funny. And remember though, a dad joke is just a simple question. What do you call a nun that's lost?
Stupid?
A Roman Catholic.
Oh, I'm atheist now.
You get it? Because she's roaming about. And she's Catholic. Jokes. Dad jokes. Great. And other great thing that we have for today is the pet photo of the day, where we have another ducky brought to us by Bailey for Bailey Series Part 2, where we have Jasmine. A very, very beautiful ducky. Absolutely, like, for me, I don't own ducks at all. I've never really seen that many ducks. And the one question I have for Bailey is, how hard is it to tell ducks apart? Like, if you have, like, 10 ducks together, how hard is it for you to pick out which duck is duck? Because this one kind of looks like Jack Skellington, but at the same time, it doesn't exactly look like it. So how long does it... Ducks look similar. Just like swans. How would you tell a swan apart? They're all white. But regardless, we need to get into that 2 cents moment of the day. Now is the part of the show where Kyle gives his 2 cents. Procrastination is such a horrible thing. Procrastination isn't something that just stays with high schoolers or college students. This is something that even affects adults. Go ahead and say that you have a chore that you need to do, like taking out the trash. Who wants to take out the trash? Well, you might just want to do the trash if you take my little bit of advice here. If you make it so that way you get something you want by completing a certain task and forcing yourself to do this before you can do this, you kind of get encouraged to do what you don't want to do. For example, I was getting very, very hungry when I got home from work one day, but I knew I needed to vacuum the house. So I told myself, you cannot have dinner until you vacuum the house. And although it may sound stupid and a little bit like a multi-personality disorder, it did work for me. It was something that I was like, if I can accomplish this thing, then I've earned the other thing. Even though I'm a full-grown ass adult who can make his own decisions and doesn't have to hold himself to those standards. So, next time that you have something that you need to do, give yourself an award for doing it. Why not? What would you do for a Klondike bar? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Or just anything in general? Just like if you say that you're into like candy or something, give yourself like a little stash of your favorite candy off to the side and say you can't have a candy bar unless you go and do something. Good luck restraining yourself from having a second candy bar, but if you have that willpower, all power to you. And I'll tell you right now, my willpower to sticking to this diet is pretty dang strong, and I'm pretty dang proud of that. But when I don't eat hardly anything in a day, and then I have to have my dinner withheld because I'm an asshole to myself, sometimes I start questioning my life. But regardless, that is going to do it for this marvelous Monday episode of The Fat and Happy Show. Tomorrow we will be back for a terrific Tuesday, where hopefully we'll have some better news. But for now, that is going to do it. Hopefully you guys got a little fatter and happier with me, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Good night. And remember, we're posting back at like 3 o'clock now for everybody to have good nights again. The whole good morning thing didn't feel right. So we're doing good nights. So good night.